Good morning, interwebs. It is about 1:55 and I'm home. Now everybody else is sleeping right now, so my house is like silent, which is weird, but the noise, the constant little bit of noise has returned. So they will all get used to that once more. I got home. I was just checking to see. I wanted something to eat. Oh, I'm gonna have an apple fritter. Where was I? Brain catch up with body, right? I got home the train came in at 5. We were 2 hours late. We were delayed because of two things. One of them, when we were driving through Riverside, which is a town just outside LA, the traffic lights were out. So they had to like manually have a human block the crossings as we drove across, which is also interesting because the previous time I drove through Riverside, we hit a pedestrian who walked in front of the train. So, that's a thing. Riverside, clearly interesting place to cross. So I was fine that we were late because of that, safety and all. And then we made up a little bit of the time we had been late, and then we were further late because through Arizona yesterday, there were high winds, which I saw indicated by people's Instagram stories and stuff that I watch. But they had to reduce our speeds because of the wind speed. There's like regulations and things, as there should be. So yeah, so we were a little late. Got home a little after 7 this morning, and yeah, that was good. It was a good train trip. Quiet. I don't know what's gonna amount of the video I took. I took video. I didn't talk very much. Came home, took a nap, just realized my skirt is on inside out. I will have to rectify that momentarily. I'm a mess, people. I'm a mess. Got home, and then I immediately put on some pajamas, and I went to bed in my comfy bed and slept. I don't know, not super well, like mentally, but physically it felt really good to lay on my bed, so that was good. So what, I slept till like 12, I slept till about 1? I don't know. I've not been up very long. I've been up just long enough to shower and change my clothes and kind of look around places. And now I need to decide what I'm going to do. I guess the first thing on my to-do list is flip my skirt right side out, because then I won't look like a ragamuffin. Oh, my shoes came. See? They're Crocs with little pink flowers on them. They're super cute. And unlike the ones I had before, they still have tread. I didn't realize how worn out my other pair of Crocs was, because I bought just a different print of the identical shoe because I liked it so well. And my plan had been to have 2 pairs, but I think the other one, by the end of this trip, it had tread when I left, like a little bit, not a lot, but it was nice and even. But my scuffling across the concrete in and out of the garage and stuff at my dad's definitely did in the bottom of my shoes. So those Crocs might just be, I don't know. I might use them for going in the garden and stuff, like for things that are dirty, because then if they get mud crusted, I can just leave them on the porch. Do that for the summer and then throw them out. But I will probably need to order another pair, so I have 2 pairs. Why? Because I've been living with 1 pair of shoes, and it would be nice to have 2. Just, options. So, okay, I'm going to go turn my skirt right side out. Oh, have an apple fritter. Let me show you these apple fritters. So I came into Newton, Kansas, and there's a place called the Newton Donut Shop. Steve was killing time before they picked me up, and so he had looked, and there was a donut shop. And they came with these cute boxes saying, "You deserve a donut." You're right, I do. And apple fritters. I love apple fritters. I always have. But Steve and I are noticing, there are lots of apple fritters that are not very good, that the dough is not very tasty or the glaze is not very tasty. These are both. But has the amount of apple and apple fritters gone down in the last 20 years? Because I swear when I was little, they were all chock full of apples, and now even the ones that taste good are barely appled at all. I assume that makes them keep better, but still, where's the apple? Anyways, I'm going to go eat an apple fritter and make myself some tea until I get to making myself some coffee. Okay, 2:45, finished my first cup of tea and a little more than a whole apple fritter. It was quite delightful. My next cup of tea is already in the microwave. Now, looking around my office, it's a wee bit messy. I left it a little bit messy. And then I told them to just bring anything that they needed out of the way while Steve's mom was here in here. And it's very messy. Are you messy? She's just sitting on top of the mess. I'm not really in the mood to clean this up, but I can't do anything in here until I at least straighten the stuff off the top. So, I guess that's what I'm going to do now. At least enough to make myself a space where I'm comfortable sitting so that I can work on some other things. You know, I always say when you clean things up, you find things. Well, I'm so excited. So, my pillow here has these pillowcases that have like a slit in them. You put one over each end. There's a blanket shoved in there for my trip. But they're like meant for decorative pillows. But especially when I travel on the train, I like to put one over my pillow itself to keep it like clean. And then I actually put the other pillowcase going the other way, that's identical to this one, going the other way, so my pillow is fully encapsulated. Well, I apparently have not taken the inner pillowcase off since my trip in January, which doesn't surprise me completely because I've changed the outside pillowcase. As soon as I get home from a train, I like take it off and wash it and stuff and put a fresh pillowcase on, but I must never have taken the inside one off. Well, in January, I had worn my Happy Hooker hat, which I really liked. I hadn't worn very much. I wore it on the train out there, and then when I got to my parents' house, I couldn't find it. So I just assumed that I had dropped it at the train station or something. No, it was inside the second pillowcase. So I've been looking for this for months, and it was just waiting, hiding. It was in there. It also was, there was kind of a lump in my pillow, but my pillow's a little lumpy anyways because this pillow actually was my mom's from when she was in college, and it is my favorite pillow, and it is more like a security object than a pillow. I mean, I lay on it. Its name is Henry. It has a name, and I named it, not her. But whenever Henry starts spilling out his guts, then I just take a new pillowcase and I just sew it over what's existing. So in addition to the like shredded foam that is the body of this pillow, it is also full of shredded old pillowcases. So having lumps in it's not uncommon. But anyways, I've slept with this thing since I was a child. And now he was keeping my hat safe. So, okay, back to cleaning things up. So I was just putting Henry's fresh clothes on him, but I thought I would show you. So my aunt, my Auntie Alice, who you've met in vlogs before, I think, she's been out there when I've been visiting my parents before. She's from Hawaii. And she makes things that have like our names embroidered on them, like pillowcases and towels and things. Well, whenever she makes pillowcases for me, there's a Kendra and a Steve and a Henry. Because Henry gets his own little outfit. So, okay. I guess I would take Henry upstairs, but Steve is sleeping. So Henry will just sleep on the stairs till Steve wakes up. And it's done. Figure I should prove it now, because it won't stay clean for long. It never does. But look at how clean my floor is. It's exciting. And I avoided the temptation to actually like clean and organize things on that shelf or move anything around. Instead, I merely put things back where they had been and cleaned underneath them.
Surprise!
Hi, Steve! How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Did you miss the vlog?
Very much so.
Really? Anything else? What did you do while I was gone?
I survived. That was what I went for. Survive.
And you did gardening things?
I did a little gardening stuff. I planted 6 trees. An apple tree.
And he did this.
Oh, there's your planter.
There's my planter. See, it grew! Remember, like, this part had all been grass.
So it's all covered up in an attempt to kill the grass. So when we put the flowers in, the grass doesn't grow up higher than the flowers.
Good.
And then I thought about getting some flowers today, and then the low for tomorrow is 21 degrees.
Thank you for not.
So I figured I needed to wait a few more days.
Yeah, if you're going to get me anything frozen, it could be ice cream.
There's already some of that in the freezer.
I didn't know that. I like ice cream.
It's not ice cream. It is frozen dairy dessert.
Which is actually my preference. I prefer cheap ice cream. I think it tastes better and it doesn't hurt my tummy like the expensive stuff. Well, it is 3:15 and I am about ready to head to bed. Our evening included super yummy dinner. We had pork chops with homemade barbecue sauce on them, and I made mashed potatoes and gravy out of all those pork drippings and corn. It was so good. And then we were watching some of my vlogs from my trip so the kids could see what I did. That was kind of fun. And then Steve and the kids played Mario Kart because it was Steve's last day off, and so they were enjoying that. And I was working on editing some videos, and while things were doing their thing on the computer, I was playing ukulele, and then turned to playing a lot of ukulele all evening, like looking up tabs to new songs, and yeah, that was fun. Then the kids went to bed, and Steve and I watched Deadliest Catch, and then he went to bed, and I finished uploading some videos and playing more ukulele because, you know. But I played it real quiet so that no one could hear me because they're all sleeping. And now it is 3:15 and I'm going to bed. I'm still working on the whole getting my body and my brain and like all the things to be in the same location. This happens a lot when I travel. And it'll just take a while for everything to like find the same place. But right now it feels like super not together, but whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed and I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.